What's up, people? This is Jeff Brown coming to you again live from Killeen, Texas. First off, I want to apologize. I've been away for a few days. Been out sick, so please bear with me. I'm still a little bit under the weather. But first of all, before I get started, what I want to do is make an announcement first. Here in the near future, I'm getting ready to work on getting a blog talk radio show. It's already in the works. I've already started my little details and everything, but just need to work out a few more details as far as this computer wise. Hopefully, I'll be getting some upgrades soon. So look out for that. That should be coming sometime in January. It's going to be called Let's Talk Boxing. It's basically the same thing like I do here on Jeff's Wild World of Sports. I talk about boxing analysis, predictions, the whole shebang. Um, I also want to send a couple of shout outs to a few guys that have helped me out and supported me and been getting me a lot of you know views on here on YouTube. And first off, I want to say big ups to the boxing historian. You guys go check out his website, theboxinghistorian.com. He's got a lot of good stuff on there. I also want to send a shout out to KG Carlito, also known as Ropedo Boxing. He has his own radio show on blogtalkradio.com, and I was sent him an email earlier this week asking for the opportunity to speak on the show. Um, you know, off and on, I like to get my opinions out there and have a few debates. Just a few friendly debates about boxing. It's a lot of fun to do. Um, and he offered me an opportunity to call his show and possibly be a regular on there until I get my stuff off the ground. Um, Also, my last shout out I'm gonna send out is to Blood Boxing. Dude, keep your head up. Support your stuff. I really haven't had a chance in the last couple of days to look at anything, but um, I got to speak on this because I'm a big fan of his stuff, and I just want to say that we are all boxing fans. I totally agree. I totally agree with everything the man says. We're all boxing fans. We're all after the same thing, and I just want to say that there's no reason for any trash talking or racism or any of that stuff. There's no place for it. I feel like this about it. If you really have something to say, this is the forum for that. This is YouTube. Get you a headset and webcam just like I got. I mean, it'll cost you 30, 40 bucks. This is a cheap setup right here. I'll go ahead and admit that to you right now, which is why every time you see me, I'm talking to you from a headset because right now the funds aren't available for me to do what I really like to do, but that's okay. But nonetheless, I don't understand it. We live in a society today where it's I mean, people, we should have gotten past this by now. There shouldn't be any racial talk. I even get this stuff on a few comments on some of my videos that I've seen. I look at them off and on, and I'm going to tell you right now, if it continues, I'm just going to block you altogether. But it is what it is, and like I said, there's really no place for it. But anyway, getting to the business at hand, I want to speak a little bit on a couple of things. First off, I want to say that I was one of the many people who were not foolish enough to order the Kelly Pavlik and the Spino fight, which you know I don't understand still why this thing was put on pay per view in the first place. It should have been on HBO or something, or even Showtime for that matter. But um, I can't say that I was really impressed with anything. I haven't really had an opportunity to see anything except a few clips for some fights, or excuse me, for this fight. And I can't say that I was really impressed. It seemed like he was a little bit rusty, um, and he even mentioned that letting a few reporters know that he felt like he was kind of rusty. And I mean, this guy Espino that he fought, I had never really heard of him. He was a long shot at best, but hey, the man had to take a fight. He didn't want to fight Paul Williams because he was scared of him. And yes, I said it. He was scared of him. I don't believe the staph infection on the hand because who postpones a fight twice like that? And then the second time, you know, you postpone a fight. 2 weeks later, you sign to fight somebody else at the last minute. And the man only had less than a month to train for this fight. So everybody pretty much knew that this was going to be an easy fight for Paddock. It was another get well fight, and I'm not at all impressed with him right now. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of ticked off at it because I had him, unfortunately, had him in my pound for pound list, which I caught a lot of flack for that, and I see why. And I'll go on record right now and say that I apologize for that. I made a huge mistake in putting him on there, and he is now off of my list completely. Keep tuning in to find out. I had to revamp my list a little bit because there's been a couple of good fights. We got a lot of good fights coming up on the horizon. Next month we have the Juan Manuel Lopez and Steve Luvano fight, as well as Rogers Mtagwa versus Yoriokas Gamboa. That's a fight that, if you're a real boxing fan, if you know anything about those guys, they come to fight. Rogers Mtagwa was in a potential 2008 Fight of the Year when he fought on the last broadcast for Solo Boxeo, which comes on, I believe, it's one of the Spanish-speaking stations. I'm not gonna catch no flack for that, but I know the show is Solo Boxeo, which eventually went off the air, and that was the last broadcast of that show. But that should be a good fight. My feeling is, as far as Lubano and Lopez are concerned, Lopez had a pretty tough going his last time out, but he's well seasoned. He's a seasoned pro, and he's considered to be the heir apparent to the Felix Trinidad throne as well. But Luvano is a good, skilled boxer, puncher, I would say, and he's shown a lot of promise. He's a guy that I've followed throughout the years for probably for the last 4 or 5 years now. I remember reading about him in the Ring magazine when he was part of the New Faces back in the Gap. I can't really grab a Ring magazine right now, but anyway, that should be a good fight. But if I had to pick a winner, I had to go with Luvano just based off of just sheer boxing. And like I said, he Lopez had a tough going out there, and it showed to me that he can be outboxed against the right opponent. And I feel like Luvano's that guy, so I had to give the edge to Luvano just based off experience alone. And he has fought the tougher opposition. Um, as far as Rogers Mtagwa versus Yoriokas Gamboa, not an easy fight for Gamboa. I look at that more or less as a pick 'em fight because his chin is suspect. Gamboa, that is, his chin is a little bit suspect. He hasn't really shown me really all of his skills just yet, but this is a major step up in competition for him, and hopefully, even if my picks don't go the way that I think, the fight that pretty much everybody wants to see in the junior featherweight division, and probably in the featherweight division as well. There's a lot of good fights on the horizon. Like I said before, you also have Marquez and Vasquez going at it for a fourth time. So I figure, if Lopez comes out of this fight good, I feel like he should probably go after the winner of Marquez versus Vasquez. Or if he can't get that fight, if Gamboa comes out on top against Mtagwa, I feel like those two should fight each other. But either way, this is going to be an action-packed fight. We also have as well, like I said, Andre Berto versus Shane Mosley. I have to give the edge to Shane Mosley just based off of experience. I love Andre Berto to death. I've been watching him for a long time. He was a rising prospect, and now he's a champion. Even though he has an alphabet belt, which that's okay. It gets your name out there. I still say, I'll make this clear to everybody. When I say you're not the champ, if the Ring magazine doesn't say you aren't the champ, then you're not the champ. But other than that, a good seasoned pro. He's come a long way from where he started, and to be taking on his toughest challenge yet, which up to this point was Luis Collazo. But in Mosley, what he's getting is a guy that's fought the best of the best throughout his career. And even though he didn't always come out on top, he was still a threat nonetheless. And I definitely have to give the edge to Mosley just based off experience alone. I'm sure Berto is going to come to fight, but he's going to have to come up with a pretty good game plan to win that fight. Um, Closing this out, once again, look out for that radio show that I have coming out next month, Let's Talk Boxing. I want to send a shout out to Mr. Universal Sports. Get at me, dog. Uh, you know, Thanks a lot to everybody that's been supporting me. Keep sending those emails.